One dream, one soul, one prize, one goal. Oh, hello there, sorry about that. Watched this show in Outlaw recently, and I've got to say, they had some really catchy tunes. If it was a band named King, got to say, I think they're going places. So this time we had Sigurd, Willfred, Lazarus, Ratman Ralph and Lothar, who has finally returned to us, but he probably wishes he hadn't. The gang got to know what Lothar was up to. Turns out he was looking for answers and had to go to Nuln to get them. He's now turned into a bit of a holy man, it seems, as he wants to get the gods on our side. I'm sure that'll end well. Now, Ralph is really starting to worry me though, as he started out the day wearing a colander on his head to stop the rat people reading his mind. Gotta say, I'm not sure his mind's worth reading these days, as the bloke likes to shoot things with a blunderbuss more often than he should. So the guys conversed for a bit in the Rathole, got up to date on current events, and Soren said he made a cracking penis joke at the Bretonians' expense, but no one else mentioned it, so it can't have been that funny, Soren. The guys headed towards the Temple of Sigmar, in which has taken on some nice form, with bricks for walls instead of fuck all, which is nice. The masons of Boggenhaffen really do give it some though. Sigurd had art to art with his brother, in which he was reminded that since somebody now wants to kill him, he's become big enough to be a somebody rather than a nobody. And you know what? He's totally right. So now all we gotta do is piss off Lord Tarn, or Theodosius, and wait for the mistake. So while this was all going on, first of the weird things Ralph did happened. With a pissed off guard acting more like a cheerleader for the side of Lord Tarn, Ralph pointed at his colander and then pointed at the bloke. I will have to think up a name for this condition. It'll come to me, I'm sure of it. So, in the pie shop, the guys all met Sigurd's sister, and I'm not going to try and pronounce her name due to the fact that none of the other guys could tell me it. She came to give Sigurd some encouragement for the upcoming trial by combat, and to drop off some inheritance. Fucking nobles and all their hoarding. Do you want to know what he got? A big box of jewels. I'm sure it was all earned. Oh, sorry, I just lied to you there, but it was a big box of jewels. The uncle's death was mildly amusing though. Well, to me anyway. His butt was blown off with a Hellblaster volley gun, so at least he know the gun works. And how nice of him to test it personally. One less noble in the world for me to give a shit about. Oh wait, I don't in the first place. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some slight foul play in this one, but since I'm not being asked to look into it, I'm happy to just let this one go. So, Lothar got a rock lobbed at him by some kid from the Thieves Guild. It is of course a self-proclaimed name, but alright, we'll go with it. Lothar quickly caught him, and that boy was lucky, because if he hadn't found the holy path recently, I know for a fact that those knuckle dusters have kissed both a troll and a rat ogre multiple times. Lothar managed to convince the kids to spy for us, and give us any information they could, and there could be some money in it for him. Then Willfred armed the little sob with a sling, so he could get better at throwing rocks, specifically at guards' balls. I don't know what those guys have done, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Right? So, after recruiting and weaponising a child, which I'm sure will have no repercussions whatsoever, the guys then headed to Yeoman to have a chat with him about the whole elves and attacking the elves situation. When they got there though, Jarla was already there yelling at him and hit him a few times. Now, this guy is built like a small ogre, so I'm sure hitting him is not such a good idea, but he must have some chivalry because he didn't punch her back. A long discussion took place, but the general gist of it revolved around Yeoman wanting to take out the elves, which was really bad timing for them to get their asses killed, so he managed to persuade him to hold off on those plans for now. He's given us some time to finish drawing our conclusion and potentially expose the corruption from within Tarn. Man, I really hope there's something in that goddamn basement, but at least we have Yeoman on our side, for a bit longer. The guys headed back to the Rathole to discuss their next move. Now, the guys were all good, except for Ralph, who was itching to do a bit more digging in broad daylight, which is a really shitty idea by the way, because of the whole secret tunnel concept. However, while the guys were chatting about strategy for breaking into the basement and how we were going to not get framed this time, Ralph took off, jumped down the hole to keep on digging, and then Willfred joined him to keep an eye on him. I mean, that boy has gone rat shit crazy. Hey, that's a great name for it! So while that was happening, the rest of the guys decided to head into the street, catch up on the latest gossip, which one thing piqued everyone's interest is that the Striganis had managed to capture somebody, and the chatter was it was a necromancer. With this info, the guys headed to the Striganis camp to check it out. Sigurd took a meeting with Gilly, in which he had his cards read, and the rest of the guys headed towards a circle which would indicate a fist fight. So the circle wasn't quite a fist fight. It was what I can only describe as a necromancer, but you wouldn't notice given that the bloke had no hands, no feet, no eyes and no tongue. In fact, the only reason that anybody could draw that conclusion was due to his book looking very death-like in appearance. I mean, man, I'd be pissed off if that was like a dream journal or something. But I mean, they were just making sure that he couldn't do shit until he was burned in Outlaw, which is, in my opinion, the safest thing to do. You don't want anybody doing no voodoo while you've got them held prisoner. The group checked in on Rathole to update him with the latest movements and the plans going forward with regards to getting into the basement. Although our elf friend, yeah, call him friend, seemed more interested in Willfred rather than everybody else's impending doom from Beastman Horde. But, you know, he is a halfling and he has killed a rat ogre and broken some guy's collarbone in a fist fight. So, yeah, he's pretty interesting. Over the next few weeks, the mercs are back, so some people might get to learning some more skills. You know, it might help them deal with the whole impending Beastman Horde of doom. I took that barrister out for some drinks and some conversation to get some more details on our trial, really. Those guys on the other side are really banking on them winning. Lothar looked into the death of his guard friend from 2 months ago. Welcome to the party, mate. Rouse had some one-on-one time with Jarla, and I've got to say I think it's helping. At least he's taken the colander off. Reinhardt's lined up a thief to go in there first to see if the coast is clear. Siggy has sorted out some more food for the townspeople, but he wouldn't tell us what he was planning to do with it. My assumption is feed the townspeople, I suppose, but why be this guarded about it? Now, I've got to get going. Need to make sure everything's in place for the thing in the place with the people and the cows, then that man with sponge who painted on the walls. You with me? No? Good. Cheers.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. Hello, players.
Good day.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Greetings. We have somewhat more tense music today, given the current situation the group find themselves in, which is about to break in, sneak in, do something. Well, without any further ado, I feel the group will most likely sat within the Rathole right now, discussing their plans. And joining them is Eliana Schnee, a priestess of Morr, a colleague of Father something something that the group had previously helped over in Boggenhaffen. Rex, you are waiting eagerly for Mattias. He is due any minute.
Oh, be nice to see Mattias again. He was an alright bloke.
For a witch hunt, you mean?
Hey, I don't know. I thought he was an alright bloke. I mean, you know, yeah, after the whole heresy thing, you know, we got to talking, had a few beers. It was alright. You know, witch hunters, they aren't all bad, as proven.
Way better than the last one.
That's not hard.
Yeah, that's
Setting a high bar there.
That is not hard. That guy's a dick. Also, given Lazarus.
Oh, go for it.
Also, given Lazarus his little visions thing, I'd say probably a corrupted dick. But you know, we'll get round to that one eventually, I suppose. One thing at a time.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed.
So, Eliana.
Yes?
How are you liking Tom?
Oh, well, it's
Unique.
yes,
Special?
very. I don't plan on coming back.
Hey, can't say I blame you. It's not exactly the most popular holiday destination.
Indeed. Still, if there is any undead at work here, I shall document and report it back to my superiors in Boggenhaffen. As
We
promised.
appreciate that. And we appreciate that. Thank you much, Lee, for coming out.
I understand what is being done is somewhat... She sort of bends over a little bit, leans towards you. Illegal?
It's not on the straight and narrow, let's put it that
It's
way.
definitely under the table.
It's very under the table.
But necessary.
Besides, you wouldn't exactly want to publicly say that the Lord is up to no good without proof. It's better to see for ourselves first, surely. And in secret so as not to embarrass him, right?
Well, for now we are the ones up to no good, but I hope we find something.
We all,
Otherwise,
don't we all?
we may be
We
in a lot
always
of
find something.
trouble. There is a knock at the front door, Rex, before it is cautiously swung open. A man enters. A familiar man to you, Mr. Mattias. Meister Mattias, technically. He's not wearing his uniform as you'd seen last time. He has a simple hat instead, leather coat, overall. He has a large sword by his side, a bastard sword. Such a weapon I don't think the group has even seen yet, but he carries it slung over his shoulder and tips his hat, to his left, to the two Estalians currently discussing Jennifer Lopez.
Mr. Mattias, glad you could join us.
Hey, how you doing?
Just eager to finally find out what's down there, whatever it may be.
Yeah. Well, there better be something, otherwise we're in a whole heap of shit.
Well, yes and no. I think we might be able to play it off if it goes to shit.
Sure. Long as Jeremiah doesn't find out. He tips his hat to the rest of you. Mattias.
Good day to you.
Oh, call me Meister if you like. Hey, little fella. He pats you on the head, Willfred.
I'll give him the biggest smile I can.
I'd just be like, careful mate, that one's a bit dangerous.
Noted.
I'll just look at him in the eye, grunt, and look away again.
You want a drink before we get started?
Now you're talking my language.
You've already got one.
Aye. Two hands.
I'll take a spirit.
Ah. Hey, Soren, you there?
There's no response.
Fuck it, get it myself. I pull up one that I left with Soren, out of the two I left with him.
Okay. As you go behind the bar to fix yourself a drink, looks like Soren was there. There's a trap door that's open. It leads outside.
Hello, mate.
Look out!
What are you doing down there, mate?
He's not there.
Oh, right. Oh. Well, alright, I'll just close the door. So I don't fall down the
There's
hole.
no response as you shout outside, I would say.
Alright. I'll just shut the door. Roll my eyes. Grab two glasses. Come back over. Bought this in Boggenhaffen last week, mate, when I was getting the barrister a bit tipsy. It's good stuff.
All right. I'll do. So, run me through. What's the deal here?
So, we believe that there's something in the basement of the manor. So, we have dug a hole, and we are literally at the basement with the end of that tunnel. We have to go in and verify what's in there. There are two guards at the top of the stairs from the cellar. Those are the closest guards. Now, the whole building has a lot more guards. So, Sigurd, I believe, has an idea.
Indeed. I think the good folk here can probably help us with a bit of distraction. And as to procure some extra food and master soap. I needed one of these kegs of ale. Might throw a little shindig over by the temple as kind of a commemoration for the people. Try to draw the attention of the guards for y'all.
Fair enough. Are you gonna distract him with your merrymaking, or are you gonna...
Yeah. It'll be a peaceful protest. More of a commemoration.
Sounds like you're throwing a party, mate.
It's a party.
Protest party.
It's a makeshift party.
Well,
The thing is that the lords in here are really paranoid. So, the chances are they've left orders with the guards. Like, you know, if there's trouble starts a brewing, to meet force with force sort of thing. Intimidate. Because that's what they do.
okay.
However, the Lord and the Lord's advisor Theodosius aren't there. They left this morning, and I reckon they've gone to Boggenhaffen to get ready for the combat duel next week.
Yeah. Probably.
So, I'm now going to go up to Boggenhaffen and make sure that our guys, our fighter is still there, and try and make sure he don't get killed. Because their lawyers never lost because the fighters never show up. So that's where I'm gonna go.
All right. So, there's a few questions here. There's the stone you mentioned to me. What do you know about it? Well, at least you told me you think there's one.
So, if the stone I think that's down there, it can be used by evil forces to generate some sort of like shield that prevents beastmen being able to pass through.
Sure. I've heard of such things.
It seems to grow some sort of plant around it when it does it, I think. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who's at that mutant thing.
This was...
You got the gist of it. They have to basically sacrifice people or things at the altar at this stone, basically using it like an altar, and it allows them to basically ward off their camps, such. And those same type of vines were what destroyed that temple of Rhya before Jeremiah burned it to the ground.
Okay. And you mentioned that ain't no beastmen, ain't any of the gore able to come near here because of this thing.
Indeed.
Nah, there was a line they could not cross because we had a beast horde chasing us, and they stopped.
Okay. Okay. And this were the temple you mentioned to me, the one that was covered in your weeds.
Temple of Rhya.
Right.
Yeah, that was where they were. The vines haven't come back since we've made one of Sigmar.
Temple of Fertility often succumbs to such a fate around corruption. Seen it before.
Oh, really?
It can make bad shit grow, not just good shit.
Oh, I'll have to remember that for next time shit like that goes down.
Indeed. That's cool information.
Where did you come by this theory about the stones? You didn't tell me how you came by this info.
Rex starts rubbing his chin.
We were investigating some disappearances. Loot Rock. there was a bunch of kids gone missing, and we followed it out to the woods, traced it to a mutant camp. Basically, broke up the whole thing. They were basically doing the same thing where those vines were growing, not 2 and 2 together.
That mutant is dead, by the way.
Very dead.
Good. I hope it was painful.
Took a few
I just look at
stabs,
Sigard.
took a few pokes.
All right. Well,
Maybe you've heard of this. There's definitely a mutant, but he was the third arm that he had. And yes, third arm was purplish color with feathers coming out of the joint, kind of tailing. You hear anything like that?
yep. If it's what I think it is, then, well, stay on your toes. Chances are they're more prepared than we are. If there's a
Seem to be
they.
so far.
Think of it like the schemer. There's a few different variants of the devil out there. If it's what I'm thinking of, then this is the schemer. So,
Schemer.
some demons like to throw punches, some like to make plans. This one makes plans.
Well, that definitely sounds like something. It's a lot less direct. Let's put it that way.
Are all
Yeah.
these
I think
color coordinated by chance?
I just sip my water. I completely forgot what I was going to say. Thank you, Willfred.
You're welcome.
Okay. So as you know, nobody knows I'm here.
Indeed.
Jeremiah finds out. That's me on the stake.
Well, then we have to make sure he don't find out.
Indeed. He outranks me, so if there's
What?
something he's missed, it ain't exactly a little thing for me to point it out.
But I do point out that when he was here, he came in to do wine tasting
Indeed.
with Theodosius.
He did no investigation.
Yeah.
He just pointed fingers, burned shit, and then drank wine while we did his dirty work cutting down witches, and now he
Which
put the temple on our shoulders rather than, you know.
Yeah, he's a little eccentric in his ways, but he's uncovered more cultists in the last few years than any other of the orders, so he has
Has
a
he ever
respect.
uncovered any of your trickster? Humor?
Couple here and there, but mostly the more bloodthirsty ones.
Huh.
Yeah.
Makes that seems to make sense to me somehow. I don't know how. Is there anything else you want to know?
Yeah. What's in that basement?
Wow. Is there any one way to
Sure,
find
yeah.
that one out? So I'll go to the bar, get the other bottle.
Okay.
I then hand it to Mr. Mattias, just in case you didn't bring your own. It is a Molotov cocktail.
Thank you. I assume, too, it's drinkable, if it's not needed.
Well, yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to get going. Because they've got a head start on me, and I've got to make sure that Bretonian boy hasn't died yet. So is everybody going to be okay? Everybody clear on the plan?
Sure.
Yep.
We may not be all okay, but we're clear on the plan.
Willfred, out of everybody here, I'm assuming you're the most okay. As I walk out the door.
No, because the room is black and I can't see anything.
And I died.
Okay.
I'm gone.
So, off into the town. Reinhardt, you know that Jack is waiting for you sort of around the outskirts of town. He'll be meeting you outside the gate when ready.
Nice.
So you'll be able to catch him en route.
How much of a hoof is it to the entrance to where they
Not far.
started digging?
It's like outside the wall. So you kind of have to just walk outside, go down the road a bit, go into a bush, and then come back on yourself, so it doesn't look like you know, anything too obvious. But effectively, you go outside of the eastern gate. Slight adjustment in music, and as you exit the building, it is raining. Not too hard, but to stand outside for hours, one would be damp. But it's a warm day at least. Spring is coming. And at the eastern gate, I would also point out that Eliana, in the company of Meister Mattias, has been fairly quiet and observant. Hasn't chipped in too much. But those of you that are heading outside the gate, head outside. Reinhardt, you meet Jack as you head through.
Yo, Jack, what's happening?
Hey, you right, mate? How's it going?
Yeah, all good. What'd you learn?
Well, I haven't been in yet.
Oh, you haven't hit. Okay.
Where are you? Well, you've got to show me where it is.
No, fair.
As said, I'll sneak in. I'll have a little half-inch or something, and then, you know, I'll let you know if it's all clear, and I'll scarp around.
Good boy.
No problem.
And he follows you. Sigurd, is anyone accompanying you? No.
I was gonna have Santiago and Fernando.
Okay.
Kind of wander around the like the market area. Kind of tell people that they're gonna have food and drink over by the temple.
Sigurd. After they have after you've dropped them off there, there's a crowd of Striganis by the bridge, and as you walk up to them, a lot of them turn to look to you.
Yeah. Fancy meeting y'all here.
One of them, slightly larger than the others, approaches to converse. Right here, lad.
I just kind of stare at him for a minute. I just, you know, we're just going to have some food and drink. Y'all want to partake? Eyes peeled? Yeah.
All right. No problem. Get his head look after you.
Well, that's
Will do, then.
kind of.
You get a hearty slap on the shoulder. There's a mixture of men and women, varying shapes and sizes, so quite an assortment. It doesn't look like a mob of fighters.
Okay.
And as you finish crossing the bridge, the two guards look somewhat coy as you and a crowd of individuals. Whereabouts are you setting up this merrymaking, by the way?
Well, I had two thoughts. Either I was going to do it in the market town, but I think I'm going to do it over by the temple.
Outside your new temple.
Yeah, like around this open area here.
Okay. Your mob will follow once my mouse allows it. Okay. There are a few dwarfs still working on the temple at the moment.
Yeah, I figure most of the workers are probably inside. rather
Yeah,
than out.
most are doing internal sort of furbishments now. Most of the work is done. There's just a few more roof tiles left to do.
Yeah.
Rex, I believe, is headed off to Boggenhaffen.
Yeah.
And doink, he clears off out of town, off into the distance. And so, Sighard, we'll come to you first. What are you up to?
So we got a wagon with just like regular grocery kind of foodstuffs, and then keg provided to us. So once some of the locals start showing up, if they show up, if not, then I'll start going. I'll move it to the market area.
I'll say that one or two people pass by and inquire about the food. It's not every day that people see a cart of food in this town. What do you tell them?
Like this is a joyous occasion for this town. I think y'all deserve a little bit of reward. So if you get your friends, we'll pass this food out and we'll have a little fun here, huh?
Joyously, a few of the townsfolk head off, and it's not long before perhaps even 50 individuals are gathered around. This includes the Striganis that have already joined. We'll just throw a couple of mobs of children to make it look more wholesome.
More wholesome.
Yep. At which point, a few of the guard are positioning themselves slightly closer to you. We're going to dip over and see what the others are up to for a moment. Jack offers to head inside this mineshaft that has been dug out, this one-person crawl space.
All right. Bought my own candle, so guess I'll scream if anything happens.
And he heads inside.
Go, boy, be stealthy. Come back, tell us what you find out.
Hey, don't worry about me.
He disappears down this dark tunnel. Perhaps 5 minutes pass, and there's nothing but silence. It takes a while to crawl through it, though. Another 5 minutes pass. Still no noise.
You think he's dead?
Nah, he's good. My Jack, I know him.
All right.
Harder than a boot, that boy.
All right, well, let's hope so.
And Mattias, round the back of the bush with all of you, is currently tapping his feet, looking impatient.
Really, we should just go in first. This is kind of weird.
I agree. He's had long enough.
Ain't never seen a witch hunter do some, you know. Let other people do the work for him. Seems risky, but hey.
No, they just shoot individuals for asking a question. Let's go in.
I'll pop my head down the tunnel, see if I can see him.
Be careful with your tongue there, little dwarf. Remember, I can burn this town down if I like.
Aye.
Not just if I like, though. If there's corruption sufficient.
By the time the two of you have been staring at each other, and Willfred, you're of low height. You see a little light inside the tunnel crawling toward you.
I will say, hold up, guys. Something's coming this way.
It's Jack. He's crawling back from the tunnel. He's
Also,
humming a small tune to himself. A fairly common Reichland melody.
Hydra, I don't have access to my token.
Yep. You will in the other scenes, don't worry.
Okay.
It's just not been corrected on this one. There you go.
Thank you.
As he gets closer, you see Reinhardt. He is wielding 2 bottles, one in each hand, and continues humming. As he gets out from the tunnel, he hands you a bottle and starts to drink from his.
Find anything good?
He finishes swigging the bottle and hastily starts sprinting away from the town.
I
Without
think that was a yes.
a second thought, he disappears.
All right.
With a calm but stoic look on his face.
Looks like whatever we find down there is fun. Shall we?
Shall I take the lead as I don't have to get on my hands and knees and crawl in?
Sure, if you want to.
Do it. Going first.
I'll kill whatever kills you, don't worry.
Willfred, you are able to just stoop within this crawl space.
And I shall waddle forward.
Leading the way by candlelight. There is a little bit of water that's accumulated within this tunnel, but a little bit dirtied. You soldier on. Now, Meister Mattias is eager to enter and will follow suit. And Reinhard, Lothar, what are you up to?
I'll get in there as well.
Yep.
Yeah, following.
Okay. The priestess will enter last, and she's been jotting a few notes while she's there. She has some parchment close at hand. It is not long, Willfred, before... Doink. Before you come to an exit, where a floor tile has been lifted. You crawl out, and you seem to be within a basement, a storage room. The candlelight dimly illuminates the surroundings around you. Sigurd, you're not in this scene. There is something peculiar, however, and that is that your candles give a very small amount of light. An amount that does not even reach the walls either side of you.
I've seen this before.
Indeed.
This is evil. We need to find the source of it and destroy it.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Meister Mattias starts to, under his breath, starts muttering a prayer. One to Sigmar.
I would like to try something.
Willfred, what would you like to try?
I would like to move the candle around and see if the light dims or brightens in any specific way as I move it.
Okay. I'll say you move it around the room. To the side furthest away from the door that enters this room, the candle is ever so slightly brighter. Toward the door, dimmer. Ever so slightly, but noticeable.
It seems as though the candle is reacting to something.
Let's have a look in this room first and just make sure there's no traps or anything of use.
I've got candles in my backpack, so I'm going to hand them out to everybody that wants one. Light them up.
Okay.
With matches that I've got.
Fine.
You get a couple of feet of illumination from each.
Let's split up and just search this room really quickly.
Okay. There are several barrels, a crate, a wine rack. There is a thick layer of dust everywhere. Anything you touch leaves clear imprints, and the thickness of the dust at least gives you all the impression that this has been in such a state for a considerably long time. But as you all explore, and there's no rolls needed for this because it is obvious, you can see the roots of a familiar plant. Skullplate, Lothar, Reinhardt. You have seen this before. It looks like the ivy, but more root-like in nature. However, it is withered and appears to be dehydrated. One would perhaps say it's dead.
Witch Hunter. These are the same plants that took the temple of Rhya.
Yeah. Noted. Keep your voice down, though.
Maybe withered because of how we burnt it, or how it was burnt, and hasn't got any sunlight anymore.
I doubt these types of plants need sunlight. There's something else going on here.
It's, more than likely the burn in the temple. The temple was the thing that was making it grow. In
Then why are
most
the
cases-
roots this end?
Well, this is where it started. The seed. That's what roots are, anyway. Maybe. I don't pretend to know a lot about plants. But I've seen something similar, anyway.
Has anyone else seen anything else in this room that's of any interest?
Everyone can roll me a challenging perception test as you cautiously and slowly examine your surroundings. So now Eliana is scribing at this point. She is furiously writing down notes.
I'm going to turn and ask her what she's noting down.
She's documenting findings. She does share with you that she doesn't believe that this is the work of the dead, but perhaps something equally bad. But nevertheless, she looks cautious at this point. She's out of her comfort zone, clearly. But she will press on with you and see what she can do to help.
So I'm gonna try and find the door and just go and listen. My guy's he's usually straight and narrow. Obviously he's doing this for the team in the Rat Pack, but this is very unlike him to just wander in unlawfully to someone's basement. So I'm gonna go and stand by the door and listen. I'm not looking for stuff, I'm listening.
Okay. Roll me a challenging perception. Very
He's
difficult.
obviously scared.
Yeah. Creepy. Down here. Very creepy.
Was there
And-
only one other set of footprints in the dust down here when we walked in?
There is one that comes out of the dust and is headed through the door. Or goes up to the door. The door is currently pushed to.
Would that be Jack's footprints then?
It would seem like it.
Yeah.
I would say they are still slightly wet and dirty, so it would seem quite apparent. We're going to come back to you, wonderful adventurers. And we are going to go somewhere a little bit more joyous for a moment. To Sigurd.
Indeed.
Who is enjoying a cartload of food right now, with a small crowd gathered around, taking what they can. most being polite.
Yeah, really hand it out to people that come up, kids, whoever. Even I don't want to seem, I don't want the Strigani to be like different. Basically, I want them to blend in, so I'm doing the same, handing everything out. And as I'm doing it, I'll stand on the cart and just kind of be talking out loud as I'm giving it. And it's like, you know, you'll find people of Tame, you've gone through such hardships and seen such adversities, lack of food and firewood, troll attacks, river gets affecting the fishing here in town, or mine collapse that saw our dwarven friends leave. And y'all have been tasked with building this nearly impossible feat of building this temple to Sigmar, our Lord and Savior. And here we can see that we've come together and been able to achieve the impossible. I'd like to say congratulations to y'all. This is a much-deserved respite for y'all. I want you to enjoy this food, this drink, the companionship. I'd also like to formally welcome back our priestess Yarla, who's been able to make a recovery from her illness. And even though the temple of Rhya that y'all have grown up with is gone, we're just going to make sure there's a shrine in this temple for her. And someday we hope to be able to build her own temple where she can continue to bless the crops and all you fine people. I think we should all also have a nice toast to our friend and Master Yeoman for his providing us with the protection and meat that has helped sustain us in times of need. And yeah, and to all y'all for being able to stick with it and overcome these hardships. And then I just kind of hold up my drink, and I don't want to yell into my microphone, but yeah. I'm basically talking really loud.
That's good. At the back of the crowd, you noticed Yarla stood close to Yeoman's, his arm sort of tentatively resting on her shoulder, sort of like cradling a small sister. The two
As
of
I'm
them
saying the part
smiling.
I'm kind of toasting them.
A few of the crowd turn around to start clapping. It starts off quite quiet and solemn, and then quickly erupts with the entirety of the crowd cheering after a while. The Strigani, once they sort of just realise what you're trying to do here, at least in rousing a crowd, they perhaps somewhat bullishly join in, but with a little bit more gun-ho than some of the regular town folk. Cheering them on, jeering them on, etc. Can you roll me a leadership test, please? You can have this as an... Well, you have fed everyone, so you can make this a step above average, I think. So, what would that be? That would be an easy roll, an easy leadership test.
Oh, I'm re-rolling that one.
That's fucking hilarious!
Oh no!
Go from a 1 to
Oh, you people smell here, I tell you.
yeah.
You don't all smell real bad. That's,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
if
I
ever
did the
there was a
wrong
reason to re-roll.
I did the wrong one. I clicked the wrong button. I wanted to re-roll that. Not
Just do it again.
roll it again.
Do it again.
Oh my god.
Otherwise, you're about to have a rock thrown at
There
you.
we go.
There we go.
We're good. Jeez. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The crowd jeers, and a couple of individuals start playing music.
Excellent.
Despite the fact there is a light pitter-patter of rain, most people seem to be enjoying themselves and caring not, for they are getting damp.
I just I continue to. That's all I kind of really had off the top of my head, but I continue to kind of soapbox and go around and shake people's hands and stuff like that.
Okay.
Continue handing out food until it's gone, basically.
Stepping out from the front of the temple, a couple of the construction workers alongside your brother.
Yeah. Same thing. As soon as I see him coming out, I'll be walking over, giving him food and drink.
He will partake and join in and show them the dance of his people. Your famous Nuln barn dancing.
Yeah, absolutely. Square
In
dance.
fact, he's going to try and dance with you. Can you roll me? Do you have entertain?
No. Yeah, but I think that's in music. I have play. I don't think I have entertain. Oh, I do.
Roll me an average entertain. Okay.
Hey!
The two of you burst out in a Nuln-style barn dance jig. A few of the Strigani playing string instruments.
Woo!
Takes you a while to remember some of the steps, but
Yeah.
you enjoy. And we go back downstairs now. To our group down in the basement.
So, think we should keep moving.
Absolutely. I'm going to go to the door and have a quick listen through. My hand on the door handle before I open it.
Roll me an average, taking into account assists, etc. Perception test.
Average. Yep, perfect.
Coast is clear. Reinhardt agrees.
Okay, I'm going to open the door, but I'm going to do it fairly slowly, trying to have a look through the crack in the door as it widens.
Okay. Darkness. Hard to see in front of you.
Okay.
You can see
And
a
the
couple of
door's-
feet down what looks like a corridor.
Okay. I'm going to cautiously step through and walk down the hallway a couple of feet just to give room for everyone else to pile through.
Okay.
I'll be following on behind.
Yep, Mattias is close behind as well.
I will follow with crossbow pistol drawn.
A few meters into this corridor, skull plate. Although the corridor continues, there is an archway on your right. No test is needed now, but you can hear a conversation coming from that direction. Although it's difficult from where you are to discern details, it sounds like it's behind a wall or another door or something similar. It's muffled, difficult to make out. But you can roll a test if you like to. Challenging. I'll allow one of you to roll a... We'll make it average, counting in all the assists. So one of you roll me an average perception.
Who's got highest perception?
I've got 42.
Probably Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Hard to top 42, really.
Right,
got
In Reinhardt we trust.
Rolls 100.
hope not.
Give it a try.
Yep.
Hard to make out any details. Currently, you're all stood at the entrance to this, what could be a chamber. It's hard to tell from where you are. What would you do?
Does the corridor carry on down past this?
Yes.
I might just shuffle down the corridor a bit further, see if it's a dead end or if it opens out into anything else as well.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that candle and see what it does. If the light gets dimmer.
Lothar, as you continue moving forward, the candle dims even more so. to a very, very small flicker of a flame.
Can I hold it up for the others to see, or will they not see me from there?
It's in a straight line, so it probably would be visible to them.
The fact that I'm almost in complete darkness now.
Yes.
I'd say we go that way first before we encounter anybody.
Nodding. Shifting that way.
Okay, we'll start walking that way then.
All right. So, let's go.
In front of you, Lothar, is a thick door.
I'm going to try listening at it, although I assume it might be too thick to hear anything on the other side.
Challenging perception. Difficult to hear through. It is clearly thick oak and fastened securely in place.
Can I do a quick, wave the candle around just to see if there's anything engraved in the stone or in the banding, as though someone's put symbols or anything in it?
Sure.
Or if it's just a plain door?
We won't need a check for that. But no, it seems like a plain door.
Okay. I'll wait for the others to bunch up behind me and then crack the door open. I'm not going to burst in there like a SWAT team. I want to just double check there's nothing about to smack me in the face as I walk through.
As you open the door, we go on a 5-minute break, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you all in a moment. Love, love, love. Ho ho, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Whew. We have some tension here. I'm not quite ready for drama music, but our group are currently outside of a door. And opening it. Lothar, the thick oak door in front of you creaks ever so slightly on its hinges as you move it open. Something strikes you the moment you place your hand on the handle and start moving it. This is a rhythmic thud that sounds like a heartbeat. It's not yours. At least it's not in time with yours. It is perhaps the other side of the door. I'd say you currently have it about 6 inches open.
I'm going to look back at the others and say, well, slip my knuckle dusters on as well. So something on the other side of this. Something big.
I'm readying my warhammer.
Okay.
Crossbow, pistol, and boat hook ready.
Are you creaking the door
Crossbows,
open slowly? Or...
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slowly, the door swings open. I'll leave Sighard down there so he can watch.
It's really me.
In front of you is a stone in the center of a room. A red glow emanating from the top of it. Around you, there are lots of roots. Largely dead, decaying, dehydrated, of this ivy-like plant. And up in front of you, you can make out this heartbeat.
What are our candles doing at this point? Damn near out.
Not a lot. It's mainly the heart that is illuminating the room, not yourselves.
Glance around, see if there's any other movement around.
Challenging perception for me, please.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Fantastic.
Meister Mattias steps in front.
Let's have a look at this.
Slowly approaches the pillar in the room. This stone.
Well,
Oh.
this is about 10 types of heresy right here.
Any idea what to do with it?
Burn it, as a guess.
It's
Well-
made of stone.
Is this another one for the elves?
This is deep, deep shit.
Who is stood where in the room currently?
I'll be pretty much at Mattias' shoulder.
Okay.
I'll be up near the stone as well. I'm contemplating hitting it with my hammer. And
I will be also up by the stone, but at a height disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm standing by the door,
Okay.
listening.
Lothar, Skullplate, Willfred. Can you all make me a dexterity roll?
Challenging?
Dexterity.
Challenging, yes. Just as you walk toward.
Watch out for
It's
those.
difficult to even see your feet
roots.
with the amount of lighting that there is.
Well,
Lothar and
sounds good.
Skullplate, can you roll me 1d100 please each? Okay. A split second after each other, Lothar, Skullplate, as you're walking forward, there is a heavy crunch underneath your boot. The ground uneven, loose stones everywhere you look down, and beneath your foot is the remnants of a skull.
Well, that confirms the sacrifices.
Largely crushed. Brittle, I would say.
Oh, boy.
Mattias starts looking around by his feet to reveal lots of skulls. Perhaps 20 in total around you. Each
Are
of
they
them,
kids? Are they kids' skulls or adult?
they look like adult skulls. Do you look any closer, Reinhardt?
No, I'm still at the door.
Okay, so I assume this is you asking.
Yeah.
Lothar and Skullplate, as you look down and your eyes fixate on them, a small amount of blood trickles out from the eye sockets.
Oh.
Ugh.
So,
Yeah.
Mattias, enough evidence for you?
Yeah, I'd say that's a little bit heretical right there.
He places a thicker glove on his hand and reaches down for one of the skulls to raise it up. Gives it a blow.
Hey, which one of you can read?
I
Yep.
can.
Passes the skull to you slowly. Who's more eager to have the skull?
I'm not touching that thing.
I will take the skull.
Willfred, do you know how to read and write? Let us look at your talents. No,
Maybe not.
no,
Yeah.
not yet. You're still stuck on that Kirby letter.
I'll look at it.
Okay. There is a name carved into the skull.
Can I make it out in the darkness?
Yes. As you hold the candle up to it, it is a familiar name. One you had heard Rex mention very recently. It is that of the judge of your upcoming trial.
Recognize the name?
Yeah, Rex mentioned it to do with the trial that's coming up. The judge of the trial.
Goody.
Do you
So
think
you
this
think-
is some sort of curse? Or
This is the judge, or it's something to curse the judge, or
Let's try again.
Picks another one up. Hands it to you. Someone roll me a D100, please.
got it?
Yeah, we'll go with Lothar.
Consistently around the 70 mark.
Okay. Another name rings a bell, Lothar. It takes you a moment. It's a name that Sigurd had mentioned. He had mentioned him when first going to investigate the manor. It was perhaps the bank clerk of Brant Tarm. The one that Sigurd later went to meet to pass his earnings to.
I take it that's also familiar.
Vaguely. Sigurd's bank something clerk, I think it was. Vague, but I do recognise it.
Schemers.
You think they're manipulating these people against us?
Probably.
Meister Mattias is looking down at the hearts right now.
So, I'm assuming this is what's keeping the gore outside, from what you've said. Only Sigmund knows why it's still beating, though.
Maybe it's got a lot of power from all these corpses.
Yeah. We should, maybe we need to, make a note of these names. All of them.
As he says that, his voice echoes as if two people have just said that. And stepping out. From the shadow, you see something that resembles Sigurd. Difficult to make out facial features, but illuminating a light of his own.
Allah.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
Welcome to my basement. Do you like it?
It could use a bit of redecorating.
Noted.
And you've got this great big chaos stone in the middle of the floor. That could do with shifting.
You should really destroy it.
Really?
Skullplate, can you make me a willpower test, please? Challenging. A cool test, sorry. Cool test. Apologies.
Cool test. I'm cool. Challenging?
Challenging.
Done.
As he says that, you feel a pull in your head. A temptation to strike at the stone. But you resist it.
You should probably destroy the stone. It'll solve a lot of your worries.
You know, before you came out of the shadows, I was thinking that. But now you're here. I don't think that's such a good idea. What do you say, Master Mattias?
Don't listen to him.
Oh, that's
Master
what I
Mattias
thought.
lights up a torch now, which illuminates the room about as much as a candle would, but points it towards this visage.
Don't listen to him. This demon will trick you if he can. I wouldn't say that. I'm really quite nice. Are you sure you don't want to destroy the stone?
He looks toward Meister Mattias. Mattias starts to draw his weapon.
Witch Hunter, no! He wants you to destroy it.
I'll walk over and put a hand on his shoulder and just sort of whisper gruffly in his ear. Don't listen to him, Witch Hunter. That's a demon.
Mattias seems to snap out of it. Lothar, behind you, your priestess is furiously writing right now. Holding a candle in one hand, leaning on the wall with the other, trying to scribe everything that is happening, you assume.
All right, demon. Why are you here? Not exactly out of choice. You should probably deal with the management issue upstairs, but maybe destroy the stone, eh?
Mattias moves his candle towards the stone, and it's clear that there are engravings on it.
You're bound to this, right? Well, that's just great.
Mattias looks down towards you, Skullplate.
We destroy the stone, he goes free. He's bound to this. Bound to guard it.
And what damage does he do if he gets free?
As much as he can.
Unless I crush his head with my axe, my hammer even. I know what weapon I've got, I'm fine.
Mattias looks at you in a patronizing way while, let's just call him Evil Sighard, laughs.
You're a funny little man.
You wouldn't be the first demon I've taken out.
No, but good luck. Hey, I don't have the right to banish him right now. I need my books. I need more priests. I need tools. You.
He points to the priestess.
Take these names down. All of them.
Throws her a skull. See if she catches it. Fumbles for a few moments, sort of juggling the skull. Eventually catches it in her hand. Reinhardt. There's movement the other side of the door just behind you. You hear footsteps.
Can I see?
You can see a light headed towards you.
I'll turn around and shut the door very slowly. Sort of signal to the guys if anybody's seeing or hearing. Waving my crossbow about and my light, like trying to get their attention.
Doink. The door is kicked as you just close it to, the light headed toward. And in front of you are two large men. Manor guard.
What's all this noise? Who's talking down here? There's people here!
And we're going to come back to this in just a moment. Meanwhile, something far more cheery is happening up top with... No, we won't. We'll just go for chill, I think. Sighard.
Ew!
Come on, music. Drama? Oh, why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? Well, we can improvise music, I guess. Dee-lee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Has the music all failed me? Yep, it has. Right. In order to have music again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to restart the software and be back in a minute. BRB. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have music. We're back. Hello again. And we are now upstairs with Sighard. Sighard, can you roll me a challenging intuition test, please?
As soon as Foundry lets me do it.
Once you have relogged everyone, because I have restarted the software, so if you haven't relogged and you try and do a combat roll, it won't work. So make sure you do relog.
Refresh and then log. That worked.
Refresh and then log. Either or. The rain is starting to clear up by now. Sunshine starting to beam through. Just a little bit. Dunk.
So, what's the time difference here from when I started to when I think I started heading towards the hole?
You've probably been here like... feels like a fair while. It's probably only been like half an hour. Things escalated rather quick.
It still seems kind of long, but I'll make my way towards Yeoman and Yarla.
Let's have that intuition test first, though, please.
Oh, indeed. As soon as... Yep, okay, opening. Come on.
I like this song.
Yep, it's
Although
toe tapping.
We have two at once, I think, so...
Fine.
We have country... Well, yeah, it's kind of working for me.
Dueling banjos. Intuition.
Intuition. Challenging.
Oh, this is going to be horrible. Challenging. Everything's cool.
Everything is cool. This is a really fun time. You haven't had this much fun in a long time. So, you were approaching Yeoman and Yarla, I believe you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
I don't think anything is taking too long, then. I'm just...
No, everything's great.
All right. How are y'all doing today? A little rainy, though.
Yes, it's quite... Well, it's... The water will do the plants good.
Indeed. Indeed. You enjoying the festivities? The announcements for the near completion of this temple?
Yeoman looks toward you.
You have done well, Sigurd. In truth, I should have done more to help. But my mind is elsewhere.
Yeah, that's very, very kind of you, and I understand 100% that there's a lot going on, and I just kind of I do the the comical kind of eyes towards without moving my head towards the building.
Yep.
Do that kind of thing, and then I kind of go up and act like I'm giving him a hug, and I tell Yarla that they're investigating the source of the.
Before you can finish the sentence, she's yes, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. And I just go right back to my thing.
Yeoman, as you say that and start walking away, just as you're leaving, beckons over to you. Let me know when you are ready, my brother. Ready to join me to face the real
Demons of this world.
together. He raises a drink.
I do the same. Together.
He takes Yarla's hand, who then does a small twirl and a curtsy. The two of them begin a small jig. And we return to downstairs. Reinhardt.
Are they inside the door or are they outside the door at this point?
They are stood in the doorway. Excuse me while I just feng shui Sigurd out the way.
They are in. So they're in the doorway.
Allow me to phrase it this way. They are in your face.
Good. Put my crossbow at them and said, "Come in."
They look confused at you for a moment, while Hydra finds the sorting tab with all of the music. They pause.
That music drifts far.
They pause and look each other in the eye. From behind you, Reinhardt, you hear the words,
Uh-oh. Look like the party's over.
and you hear a click, as if someone has just clicked their fingers. Behind you, Reinhardt, the two individuals burst into flames. Flames nearly enough to start to illuminate this room, shining upon roots aplenty, crumbled rock and paving stone, and from the center of the chest in front of you, Reinhardt, a hand reaches out. And from within this guard, an abomination crawls out of his torso. The other guard too. The same. Reinhardt, can you make me a pee my pants test, please?
A cool test?
Yeah. This is because they're in your face. You can click. Oh no, you actually have to roll a cool test.
Cool test, okay. How hard?
Challenging. Not too bad. Not too good either, though. Are we sticking with?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I'm probably going to sort of like almost fall backwards or sort of try and get the fuck away.
Okay. I'll just give you that as a reminder. You haven't been hit on the side of the head.
Yeah.
Lothar skull plates. Willfred, where are your eyes right now? To your guard or elsewhere?
Probably.
I would have been looking at the guard originally, but then when the demon spoke, I probably glanced back over my shoulder at him.
Lothar, from this vision of Sigurd that you see in front of you, the same process unfolds. A hand bursts out from the center of his chest and wrapping himself inside out. A flaming blue and purple monster crawls out. Now, I will say all except Reinhardt for the moment, because he's busy just dealing with fear right now. I'm gonna have to ask you to click in the chat box on that terror button, obviously except for skull plates.
I don't need to do it either, right? Because I've
You do not, because
dealing
you
with the
haven't
demons.
seen him.
Brilliant.
You're dealing with other stuff right now. Okay.
And this is just a normal one, okay, a challenging.
I'm
right?
gonna reroll
Challenging.
that. There we go.
Okay.
That's better.
It is good to pass your terror tests. Marvellous. You have all passed. We can remove your conditions there, Lothar. And there we go. And so, we will roll initiative as these two creatures lurch towards you, Reinhardt, and look like they are wanting to swipe at you. Lothar? Mattias stands by your side.
Looks like the party is over. Time to have some fun.
I'd say this creature is the size of a troll. Ish. Although far more terrifying. Please ignore that, because I haven't rolled initiative yet. Roll NPCs, roll all. Right.
I still have a terror icon on my character.
Yeah. You did actually pass your test.
I did.
Reinhardt.
Yeah.
One of these abominations claws toward you. Unfortunately, you are afflicted by fear right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not too good. You have a choice or two. You can use a resolve to ignore it for this round, and hopefully you will then overcome your fear with a test at the end of this round. Or you can effectively try to parry this with a hefty penalty.
No. I'm going to use a resolve to ignore the fear.
Okay, so you're psychology immune for this round. Okay. I'm going to put this symbol on you, which isn't the right one, but I'm going to do it here. Oh no, we'll use that just for now, just to remind me. You can parry this as usual. So roll me a dodge weapon test, whatever you like.
Dodge, because they've got my crossbow.
You do have a dodge. You do have a crossbow out right now.
Yeah.
Siggy, while we're doing this, roll me an average intuition test. You successfully manage to avoid the attack from this creature. Siggy, everything is absolutely fine. Meister Mattias is now up.
Is that horror not going to roll its fumble?
There you go. Nothing happens. Meister Mattias steps toward the demon in front, but does not attack it. Instead, he readies his weapon. And in response, an attack comes towards him. The creature lashing out with purple claws. Mattias attempts to parry. Okay. Thanks to his bastard sword, he is able to parry this creature and deflect its claw to one side. And meanwhile... Priestess of Morr and one other person. Willfred, can you roll me a cool test, please?
Sure.
Challenging. Okay. The large purple creature utters some words towards you, Willfred. You feel an urge take over your body for a split second before you're able to shrug it off and continue about your business. The Priestess of Morr, again, receives the attention of this creature, but is able to resist. And she is going to do a dexterity test to try and write down some names as she scribbles furiously away. I will say during his attack, or defense rather, Meister Mattias instructs you that you need to get these names down on paper before you leave. He does not have faith in you killing this. Willfred, it's your go. What are you up to?
I am going to shoot it with the crossbow. Not the big one, the little ones that are closest to me.
Okay, there's one engaged with Reinhardt and there's one not.
Alright. Do I know which is engaged and which is not?
Yes, you do. One has just swiped at him and he's dodged out of the way of it.
And would I get any bonuses for this?
Yes. Sorry, were you going for the one that was attacking him or not?
Not attacking him.
Not attacking him. Yes, you will have a plus 40 because you're bloody close to it.
Which one does he need to target?
This one. I'll put it slightly further away.
Ah, thank you.
A decent hit. A decent amount of damage. Perhaps even straight into the creature's mouth that takes up even a third of its torso. It reels back in a bit of pain before snarling towards you, its tentacles lashing and writhing around. It looks very angry. Skull plates. What are you up to?
I'm going to clear the door. I'm going to charge the one that attacked Reinhardt.
Okay.
Let me target that.
And you do outnumber this creature, so you may roll.
I have a warhammer. Do I go first or second?
Technically, it's already attacked, so I'll allow you to attack.
Okay. Any modifiers?
Yes, you have plus 20 and an extra plus 10 for charging, so plus 30 in total. So you could just put 30 in the modifier.
Yep.
Is the easiest way to do so.
I'll keep that.
That's pretty decent.
Son of a bitch.
That's not too bad. You do win against this by 0 SL with a reasonable amount of damage conking it on the head. Damn. That's a two-handed hammer for you. Looks like, oh geez, actually you hit it on the head with a pummel weapon, which means we now have to roll an opposed strength test. So can you roll me strength, please? Well, it's safe to say that this creature's stunned.
Nice.
It's very safe to say this is stunned.
Just a normal challenging?
Just a, challenging strength test. Okay, even with that, you smack it in the center of the head. 4 or 5, perhaps even more eyes blink at you and look dazed for a split second. Lothar. How's it going?
Yeah. Got some hilarious options here. Can I shout to Mattias, or is he now not going to be paying attention?
He is locking blades and talons with this creature in front of you.
I'll ask him if he wants help.
Take the names. We ain't killing this today.
Okay. Scrabble around in skulls and...
Scrabble around for skulls, okay.
Read names to...
Okay,
priestess.
Can you roll me a dexterity test to see how many you can pick up, read, and pass to her in a short period of time? Dex is just the best thing I can think of for this.
Challenging.
Challenging. Very dark. You're doing this by candlelight. Tricky. I would say you try and pick one up and, like, bearing in mind 2 people are fighting right alongside you, trying to find an opening to pick one up, you get 1. 1 skull, 1 name. It doesn't strike you right now as a reasonable opportunity to think about where the names are from. That perhaps is a job for later. In the meantime, Willfred. Charging towards you is the abomination that you have just shot.
Come hither.
With a crossbow. Oh, but good lord.
Roll.
So you may dodge, you may duck, you may dip, you may dive, or you may die.
I like dodge. Dodge is good.
Roll well, sweet prince.
No, I'm re-rolling that. I'll use a resolve, or was it?
A fortune.
Hey,
you can
fortune.
right click and re-roll. So you can right click that dodge test and click re-roll, because that will probably kill you in 1 hit. Okay, that's better. You're still getting hits, but that's better. So as it stands, oof. A very hearty blow meets with your right arm.
Oh,
You're still standing, but unfortunately it did do a critical as well, and tears a muscle, dealing 2 wounds. Doink. Which is going to take you to 0, putting you prone. You're not dead, don't worry. Prone. Where's prone gone? Okay. There used to be a prone back in my day. Okay, we'll do that for now. You have a bleeding condition as well. That's very unfortunate. Okay, end of the round, we roll a D10 or a D100, right, and you have a 10% chance of dying. You can use a resolve point to stand back up, but effectively you're on the ground having a bad day right now. You're not dead though. Don't worry.
Okay.
Reinhardt. It is your turn to attack.
Roll,
what are you going to do? You're going to roll.
You need to roll a cool check, I think.
At end of the round, you will.
End of the round, okay.
Yeah, so have your attack here, and then we'll roll your cool check at the end of the round to see if you overcome the fear.
So the one that's just been bonked on the head and tried to attack me, I'm going to shoot it.
Okay. You are in melee with it, however, so you can't use your crossbow.
Can't I just like shove it in its face and shoot it?
You can use it as an improvised weapon, and I would say it looks like it's nearly dead, but you can't use a rifle-based weapon in melee. Effectively, what happens is one of the tentacles whips it, and I'm afraid you can't shoot in melee.
Can I pull my sword out and whack it with that?
Pull your sword, drop your crossbow on the floor. Afraid that's your only option. And
drop the
quickly
crossbow.
Try and jab it. Yep, you outnumber it, so you have a plus 10. And you did dodge, so a plus 30 in total with the outnumbering. Plus 30.
Plus 30.
Uff. I'm just doing this for an earlier attack. Okay. That's its defense. Unfortunately, not a hit. And 1d10 for an earlier attack, which I forgot. Oh no! Okay. Its demonic trait basically gives it a chance to ignore damage. That one that you hit, Skull Plate. We'll come back to that in a moment. But effectively, the hit didn't seem to register after you blink your eyes. You look at it again and could have sworn you've damaged it. And in front of you is a completely healthy creature, looking like it is very, very hungry for you. Reinhardt, can you roll me that cool check, please?
Yeah. If I keep on rolling like this...
You are no longer suffering from fear. Right.
Did you resolve Reinhardt's thing, or is that what that 1d10 was?
The 1d10 was for something else. That was for the demonic damage. It didn't happen. Reinhardt didn't hit it, so that's the demon rolled before him and got plus 3.
Right.
Right. Siggy, can you roll me an average intuition, please?
Is 6 cents coming into the same time?
That's what the intuition tests are.
Okay.
Don't blame your GM.
Stop failing them.
Yeah. Average.
Mm-hmm.
Roll. 3.
Siggy, you have a sinking feeling in your stomach. Something very, very wrong is happening.
Going to,
something very bad. Somewhere.
Anywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Yeoman and mention that it's been too long and I got a bad feeling about this.
Good luck, my brother. Fake it.
Huh?
One sec. While we're here, I didn't think this might happen, but religion. Sure, we'll do that. We'll do this, we'll do that.
Blessings be upon you. May Tal something, I forgot the words.
He gives a blessing to you, although you don't feel any different from it. And I assume you start hastily moving in the direction of the tunnel.
Yep.
Okay. There'll be a round without you, perhaps a little bit more, and then you'll be in.
Alright.
Skull Plate. Before we do Skull Plate, Willfred. Can you roll me 1d10, please? On a 10, you bleed out. Now, you can use a resolve. No, you're fine. You have a cut, you're bleeding. It sucks, but you're not dead. Firstly, we're going to go to skull plates. This creature is going to try and swipe at you. Not having a good day. Skull plate, you may defend, and you have your plus 20. An easy defense for you. You're now capped in terms of your advantage. Meister Mattias again stands stoically looking at this creature. However, Lothar, as you are gathering skulls, you see in Meister Mattias' eye, he is currently fighting the urge to try and kill this demon. You see his eyes twitch a little bit, and he sort of draws the blade as if he's going to swing it and then puts it back down to go into defensive stance once again. And we're going to repeat. Oof. Okay. Meister Mattias. Roll for me. An easy defense for him. Put his advantage up. And let's have a see. We're going to cast some spells. While battling Mattias, this abomination is also chanting strange words at Meister Mattias this time. Yep. Peace. Meister Mattias drops his sword, falls to his knees in front of this creature, and starts looking for something. It's not apparent what it is. Willfred, what are you up to, buddy?
I want to stand up.
You may use a resolve. Do you have any more?
I have a single resolve.
Okay, you can either remove your prone condition or your bleeding condition, but not both.
I will remove the bleeding condition.
If you remove the bleeding, you're effectively still on the floor for the fight. That's the only downside. But you're not bleeding out.
If I remove the prone, though, I'm
You're still
back up
bleeding.
and fighting.
Yes, you are.
I'll remove the prone.
You remove the prone, back to fighting. Okay.
Yes, back to fight.
You stand up, ready to meet with this creature that is striking you. Or trying to.
That's right.
And you may attack as well. You've used a resource.
I will. And as I'm a small creature, do I get any advantages for hitting something bigger than me with
Plus
a melee
10,
weapon?
actually. Yeah, plus 10.
Oh.
Not bad. Not good. Let's have a look. That may be enough. Nice.
Ooh, a critical.
You strike the demon in the thigh. Its leg detached from its body. The leg, however, wriggles and writhes before, again, turning itself inside out to reveal a blue version of what you have just slain.
I've made it worse!
Yes, you have. And fortunately, it didn't shrug off that hit, which, well, fortunately for me as a GM, because now we have funsies. Yes, but you do have an advantage now. The Priest of Morr is going to be casting a dex roll now. She is going to she is going to be trying to jot down some of these goddamn names. Okay. A few of the names, Lothar. Between the two of you, we might as well do this as a conjoined thing, but obviously your roles will be separate. She jots down a few. They sound familiar to you. Individuals you've met around Tarm, familiar names, although there is not the time to reminisce right now. Skullplate. You have 3 advantage, and you outnumber this creature.
Well, I've seen what's happened over there, so I'm going to attack this thing, but part of my objective will also be to try and get it out the way of the door, to try and create some sort of escape route for people.
Okay, cool. So you're aware that it seemed to have spawned 2, are you saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to try and whack it in a way that it's away from the door.
Yes.
Makes sense. You may roll me an attack with plus 50. That is a very good hit. And that is a very bad defense. That's probably a very dead demon. Not quite, but let's roll. For rolling so many SL, and the damage does stick this time, I will say you do manage to outmaneuver it and push it further away from the door.
After that strike,
Yep.
I'm going to shout to Lothar. Lothar, get everyone out.
Lothar, what are you up to?
I'm going to shake Mattias, see if I can snap him out of whatever this...
He appears to be looking for something on the floor right now, obsessively. He is crawling and looking, and as you approach him to look into his eyes, there is no recognition of your presence.
Lights are on, no one's home.
Exactly.
Can I shake sense into him? Or is he going to just...
You can try.
Yep.
Okay, how are you doing it?
Probably actually the quickest way would just be to backhand him across the face.
Okay, roll me a melee brawling. Are you backhanding him or are you knuckle dustering him?
Handing, not knuckle dust.
Okay. A backhand, like, just roll me melee brawling with your knuckle duster and we'll just reduce the damage for narrative reasons. But you know how to backhand someone.
Yeah. Challenging?
Yes. Although he is kind of helpless. Okay, you very much backhand him. I will, but he will lose 1 point of damage because that's still a decent backhand, but he looks up at you and shakes his head for a moment.
Do we have the names?
I've got most of them.
We need all of them.
He stands up and looks toward this demon he is locked with again.
Leave if you need to. But I'm not going without them names.
I'm going to yell back to Skullplate that we can't leave till we have the names.
Then hurry up.
Reinhardt.
Oh, really? The thought never occurred.
How's it going, Reinhardt?
Cool. I'm going to pick up my crossbow, put it in, just attach it to myself, and go look for skulls on the floor.
Skulls on the floor. This creature is engaged with you.
Didn't it get pushed aside by...
It did. Go on. Given that Skullplate rolled like a champion with plus 11, sure. He knocked it off of melee with you. We're going to do this. Okay.
Cool.
Do you know how to read and write, Reinhardt?
No.
Okay.
I'm just grabbing skulls,
so the
I'm
best
not reading.
you can do is a dex roll to give skulls to the lady or Lothar so they can read them, and then that may be helpful. So you're basically skull hunting. In which case, that will be perception, please, challenging. as you are on your hands and knees, crawling around a basement, demons fighting all around you, trying to find skulls.
Yeah.
Okay. You find another one, handing it to... Where's your name
Hand it
gone,
to the lady.
Eliana.
Hand it to her.
Right. Skull plate. Oh, Mr. Skull plate. The creature in front of you starts beaming out. Ooh. And that might have actually worked. Read a bunch of things. Read a bunch of things. Bear with me while I read a bunch of things. +1 ablaze. Okay.
Reinhardt, is it worth moving your token out of the way if you're not engaged anymore, just to prevent confusion? There you go.
Yeah.
There we go. That looks good. Okay, given the presence of other horrors nearby, that spell is technically a success. Because it will get +1. Okay, skull plate. The creature you are locked in combat with chants a strange language to you, something you do not recognize. And you feel your body begin to burst to flame. You are able to resist this in any way you wish. You can attempt to effectively try and put the creature off of the doing this by swinging at it. You can try and dodge out the way. You can use cool, whatever. What do you think's right here?
I'm going to swing at it right in its mouth.
Okay, so you're effectively locked in melee trying to put it off of getting these words out. Okay, sure. You can. Roll me your defensive weapon check and you'll have a +30. I'm counting this as an opposed test because it isn't melee with you, so... Okay, you definitely do put it off of casting. You feel a slight warmth within your body, but nothing happens. And in between muttering these words, swinging away wildly at this creature, it flusters clearly its language, and you feel the effects of this heat diminish slightly. Mattias is... gonna swing at this creature. Nice hit. Okay. Yeah, that is definitely not a win. And in response, it's going to swing back at him. The two of them now locked into... Oh, good lord. Goodbye, Mr. Mattias. Oh, no. Okay. Your witch hunter reels out in pain as he is struck in the center of the body with one of this creature's claws. It digs up under his rib cage and tears out a poor piece of his flesh. He's still standing and clutching onto his sword, but having a bad day. Clearly. Willfred.
Yes.
You have your advantage. You have two demons in front of you. Technically, you're not engaged in melee with them, so you can leave without penalty. You can also choose to murder them because you're a pit fighter, clearly.
Clearly.
And after this, we'll roll your d10 to see if you die.
All right.
Sigurd, I will point out that you're currently crawling furiously through a tunnel. You are halfway through it.
It is a tight space for me.
It is. I will say that you sprinted as fast as you can, bearing in mind a combat round is about 5 seconds. So some sort of superhuman feat is allowing you to be here potentially fairly soon. Willfred, what are you up to? Yeah.
My flee ability.
I'm not a melee. I could shoot the big demon with the crossbow, or I could bonk one of the little demons.
The choice is yours.
How's our witch hunter looking? Does he look like he's in danger?
Yes. Part of his abdomen's missing.
Oh no.
Well, at least there's a very large gash in it.
Well, since it doesn't take a full round to reload my crossbow pistol, I suppose I will shoot the big demon.
Okay.
And what bonuses would I get for that?
You will get... It is in
It's
melee,
large.
so it will be a minus 20, but it is pretty big. I'll give you a plus 40 in total, given all of the situations.
Plus the one advantage.
Plus your advantage, plus 50 in total. Okay. You damage it. The bolt goes into its side. The creature does not even flinch.
Oh no.
Can you roll me a d10, please? And don't roll a 10.
Hey, it's not a 10.
You don't bleed out. You did also shoot, so you get 2 advantage, which is going to be useful because now something is swinging at you. Okay. Can you roll me a whatever you like with plus 20, please?
Plus 20. Just the 2 advantage or an average? Plus 20.
Challenging, but plus 20. So either roll average or a modifier of plus 20, same thing.
Okay.
This is where Slippery Willfred survives.
That should. Yep.
That'll do it. Okay, your cap's on
Oh,
advantage.
I didn't roll the plus 20, but hey, I still did.
You didn't even need it. Too easy. Too easy. And another one is going to swipe at you. Now outnumbering you with a plus 20 of its own. That's pretty good. You still get your plus 20. That's close. But it is going to hit you. Are you going to take the hit?
No, I'll use a fortune to try and roll it better.
Okay. Cross your fingers, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait. It wouldn't let me re-roll it. I did add one.
Yeah, you added plus 1 SL, so I think that still beats you. Oh no, you actually win with that. By adding that plus 1 SL, you actually win the test.
I did it.
So rather than doing the reroll, we'll go with that. You successfully dodge. You are alive. You know what, guys? Given how tense this is, given my butt clenching, I think we're going to need a 5-minute bio. And please don't die.
Oh boy.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are currently in the midst of all sorts of shit right now, really. Priestess of Morr, I believe it is her turn. Am I wrong? Willfred has just survived everything. And we are going to try and gather some more names. Eliana scribbles down one more name, minimum of 1 SL for this, but does lose her advantage. Skull plates. This creature in front of you seems to be waning slightly, but still is casting something in your rough direction.
Well, I'm going to smack him again. The intention is to push him towards the blue horrors so I can herd them all over and not sort of push them
try
back
and round them up. Okay, sure.
Yep.
Roll away and you get just your plus 30 this time because you don't outnumber it anymore. Another very decent roll. Met with a fairly reasonable roll by the demon, but that will still be enough to tear it in two. Provided it doesn't roll an 8, 9, or 10 on the... Oh, no, sorry. An 8, 9, or 10. There we go. On that dice. I'll allow... There we go. Doink. Doink. Right. There we go. You are capped on advantage. Lothar, how's it going?
Well, I don't seem to be making much headway with the skulls. So I'm going to pull off my sling bag from around the shoulder, throw it to Reinhardt. Yell, just put the fucking skulls in the bag, we'll sort it later. And then I'm going to charge the top blue horror by Willfred.
Okay. Charge away. You will gain 1 advantage for charging, so you have a plus 20 to hit. No outnumbering just yet, because it's you and Willfred against 2 of them.
20 on the modifier, yeah.
20 on the modifier. For the advantage that you've somehow racked up by reading, which I really need to reflect on, but still... that is a tasty crit. That is a decent hit. And that is also... a fractured hip, which is... Well, let's just roll this to see if I can bollocks my way out of it. Yep, I can.
Oh no!
There we go. You strike it, Lothar. You hit it square in the hip. You've hit rat ogres with less force than this. And the moment you look back at the creature, it is fine. You still gain your advantage, though, for hitting it. Reinhardt, you're crawling around on the floor right now.
I'm going to continue to do that, but put the skulls in the bag rather than try and pass them to the lady so she can look for her own. I'll look for my own.
Challenging dex roll. Did you pass your last test? I can't remember.
I did.
Sure.
I think...
Have a plus 10.
Okay. Plus 10.
Ooh, nice initiative roll for Sigurd. Okay. What do we got? You get another skull or 2. There are still probably a couple of areas you haven't checked, like the other side of Mattias, and like there's probably a few more that haven't been. You and Eliana are like, no, I've seen that one, go away. You're nearly there. You're nearly there. Mattias is going to steel himself, holding his blade defensively, cursing at the demon in front of him. Sigurd, you come sprinting, I assume, down the corridor. with a candle to light your way. You can hear the noises of battle in front of you. It is obvious. What are you up to?
Yeah, I mean, I'll run into the room.
Okay. Can you make me a terror test, please?
Absolutely. Cool, right?
Yeah, it is a cool test, please. This is because what your group are currently fighting is pretty messed up. Challenging. And it sounds a bit like running away to me. You could use a resolve to ignore psychology for this round.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay, so you use one of your resolve points to ignore the fact that you are absolutely terrified. I will say so that would be 3 broken conditions. Okay. Can you make me one more cool test, Sigard? Because I'll forget it later on, just to see at the end of the round if you remove some. You can remove your SL amount of broken conditions.
Oh, I'm rerolling that one.
Which is none. Okay. In the meantime, comes another claw in the way of Mattias.
Fuck.
Doing well there, Cigar.
No extra conditions. You're going to have to keep burning resolve to stay in this. Okay. An easy defense for Meister Mattias, who is now somewhat more in control against this creature. However, hey, there we go. Reinhardt, can you make me a cool test, please? And and Mattias. He's being quite the thorn in his balls.
I need to reroll. Using a fortune point.
Sure.
Brilliant.
Do you want to take a corruption for another reroll?
Yes, I
Would you
will.
like to do another reroll for a corruption? Giggity.
Reinhardt, you have an unsettling urge right now to clean. It's something that you cannot ignore. There is filth and grime all around you. On your turn, you will have to clean something.
Brilliant.
We'll come to Mattias in a moment, but he again drops to his knees and starts searching for something.
I'm not dead.
Willfred's not dead, that's good. Willfred, you and Lothar against the world. You're not outnumbered anymore. What are you up to?
What I do best? Attacking.
Okay.
So, just a modifier of 30, yes?
Yes. Yeah, 30. Sorry, it would have been 40, but I'll give you another doink. There you go. This is against this demon that is going to try and defend itself against you. And you're... Ooh, okay. You hit it. A little bit of damage makes its way through. You stab it. I would give you more advantage, but you have lots. This one's going to stab Lothar, and the next one's going to stab you. I'm just going to give you that heads up. Okay. Lothar, that's against you. You get your plus 30 to defend.
Okay, for some reason the modifier doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Yep, that'll do it.
That'll definitely do it. Skull plates. Technically, you're not engaged with these yet, so they don't outnumber you. So just a plus 30 to defend, please. Very tasty. 2 wounds in response. Very nice. And an easy parry for you as well. Showing off his moves. Right, Blue Horror of Tzeentch is going to try and jump on top of you, Willfred, with a claw to your face. You have your plus 30 to defend. Hang in there, my sweet prince.
Oh, it's a tie.
That is a tie. And you win.
I
again.
win!
You do manage to hang in there. Right, now this one will count as outnumbering and will try to swing against Skullplate with your plus 30 to defend against Skullplate. I think it's safe to say that you defend yourself. But please do roll, of course. Yes, very much so. Easily done. Oh, good lord. Okay. Eliana has run out of ink. Skullplate, it's you to go.
I'm going to target... I suppose this is the closest one. I'm going to hit him. Plus 30, I'm assuming?
Yes, plus 30. Another decent hit. Reasonable defense, but not reasonable enough. Not against a dwarf. Now we get to do the bollocks roll. 8, 9, or 10. Nope, it actually stays this time. One of the blue horrors nearly down. Lothar.
And he hit it in the head as well.
And he hit it in the head. Strength test for you, please, Skullplate. This one will actually stick. Plus 30 for your strength as well. You gain the momentum. Yep, it's stunned. Okay, so that one is stunned. Next round. Yep, even with that, it's still stunned. Right, Lothar.
Yep. Plus 30 to hit this thing, I guess.
Yep.
Cool. I'm just going to smack it then. Not with that, I'm not. I'm going to re-roll that.
Can you survive? Oof. Okay, that may be a demon down in one hit. 30? No, not quite. Oh, no, cancelled that. Unless I roll a bollocks roll of 8, 9, or 10. Eek.
8, 9, or 10? Oh, for God's sake.
8, 9, or 10, yeah, afraid so. Yeah, you hit it again, and it doesn't go down. You're like, you swear you saw it dying for a second and falling to the floor, and then you blink, and it's there swiping towards you again. Reinhardt, what are you cleaning?
I am looking for skulls and cleaning the floor.
Okay, it is absolutely filthy. Can you roll me a challenging dexterity roll, please?
Certainly.
You don't gain any advantage for this, because that's ridiculous. Okay, you find a stone and you start rubbing it.
Yeah.
It just gets your clothes really dirty. Mattias is crawling along the floor next to you. He is looking for something. Frantically. Sigard, you have the urge to run away.
Guess I'll use another resolve.
Another resolve, ignore psychology for this round. You are inside the room, and inside your group are fighting a army of monstrosities. What would you like to do?
There's Reinhardt and Mattias are just kind of scrambling around on the ground.
Yes. Looking for something by the looks of it. Or yeah.
Polishing.
Let's just say that. Yeah, or polishing it, but hard to
It
tell
looks
from
like
this
I'm
distance. Yeah, exactly. What are you up to? I would say Willfred looks like he's dead. Nearly. A gash from his arm, bleeding out the side.
I'm fine.
Skullplate's having a whale of a time here.
Yes.
Well, they're spread out
Swinging his axe around.
much of an area to get in there.
Right. A few seconds. What are you doing, Rick Sigard?
I'm gonna bark some orders at Mattias and Reinhardt.
Okay.
Try to get him back feet. And kind of stand. Can I go into a defensive stance while doing that, or?
If you're barking orders and wanting to have an effect, you won't be able to also do an action. That will be your action.
Right. Yeah, then I'll try to get them to snap
Okay.
out of it.
Roll me a leadership test. Challenging, please. And then roll me a cool test, please. Challenging. And get 3 SL, otherwise next week will be hilarious. Okay.
I'm just going cleaning.
Yeah, Reinhardt
cool.
is furiously cleaning right now. Challenging cool test, please. So close. How is that? What's your
How is
actual
it so
willpower?
low?
It's because of the fatigue. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, okay, so you do actually manage to remove your broken conditions with that. It's because of the modifier that gets applied with terror. So you do actually manage to shrug off running the feck away.
So maybe leadership will work better next time.
Moving up towards you, Sighart.
Yeah.
This monstrosity greets you.
Hello, Sigma. Nice to see you again.
And he stabs you with his claw. And a +10. Feel free to defend in any way you wish. A reasonable defense. But not quite enough. As it tears a portion of your armor open. The chainmail offering some protection, but one of its claws still scraping through, almost cleaving the metal open.
You should come back with more.
Willfred. How's it going, bud? Do you want to roll the d10 now? Yay! Yeah. There we go.
I'm super fine.
Don't roll a 10. Just don't roll a 10.
Alright.
Love the tension this is adding.
So the one I was engaged in is currently dizzy.
Yep. Stunned, yeah. I mean, one of them's nearly dead and the other one's stunned, so...
I would like to try and snap Mattias and Reinhardt out of it by yelling at them from over here.
Okay, what's
Stupid.
your leadership? Roll me a leadership with +30, please.
Leadership. Which one? Oh, there it is. Leadership.
It's in the skills somewhere.
Oh no.
Not quite. Are you out of rerolls? Would you like to take a corruption point for
You're done.
to reroll that?
But I haven't got it.
Are you using a fortune or a corruption point to reroll this?
The corruption point to reroll it because
Okay.
I'm my fortune for not dying.
Sure. There are some whispers in your ear right now.
Well, they can go suck an egg.
Come on, Willfred. Tell them how they could be a little stronger.
Okay. Reinhardt?
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot with riposte I can attack back.
Sure. Do you want to... Yes, you have riposte now. Yes. You have already used your action and have a fast weapon, but you also have riposte, which is cool. So, do you want to attack back?
Yeah. Sorry, that's the first time I've used it.
Yeah, no, it's the first time I've ever had a player that has it, so it's the first time for everyone. Let's hope he doesn't crit you in response. Keck. Not quite. Oof. That would have been... yeah, you would have got an advantage before as well, so let's do advantage. Worth a try. Willfred, you do feel like they have roused to your cry out for help. Meister, Mattias, and Reinhardt both snapping to, both gaining an advantage as well for such a epic role of leadership. That's how to do it, Sigurd. Lothar, the blue horror that you have punched swings towards you. Plus 30 to your roll. An easy dodge. Oh, we didn't do that on you, did we? Okay. Right. Toward you, skull plates. Oh, that's plus 20 afterwards, which I hadn't done, so... Oh. Because they do outnumber you.
Well, one's stunned, so do they?
One is stunned, but there's two that are engaged with you right now.
Alright, so I'm engaging the one that Willfred's engaging as well, yeah?
You're engaged with 3. Wilfred's engaged with 2. Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah, they won't outnumber him, but they can outnumber you, basically.
Modifier?
Plus 30. Someone better find some skulls. It is a hit, although not a lot of damage.
I'll take the hit.
8 damage in total. Oh, let's just do that for now. Save me doing loads of maths. Why didn't that work? Nope, it's not applying damage. Never mind. I just gave you 2 points. We'll do the maths later. That one's stunned, so... that one is not recovering from its stun, and skull plates.
Right.
No plus 30 this time.
I'm being attacked again. Which one's attacking me so I can target it?
That one.
The one you just moved?
Yeah,
Okay.
the one that's just wiggled around your side.
Oops, I didn't put a modifier on that.
No modifier this time. Lost your
Right.
advantage for being struck.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. Only 9 damage this time. A little bit more damage as they start tearing pieces out of you. Not a lot. You could probably keep doing this all day. And our scribe continues to just fluster and flounder. Skullplate, it's your turn. Everyone else has attacked, so you do get to attack them now, even with a slow weapon.
Well, I'm just going to yell as I swing at this one. It's time to get out. Forget the skulls. Let's move. And I'm going to target the last one that hit me.
Okay.
The other one's stunned. Any advantage now, or have I lost all advantage?
You've lost all advantage. No modifiers. But you'll probably build it up pretty quick. Sig is you're a slayer and all that. Okay. Oof. Very, very tasty. Yeah.
Crit.
Let's roll my bollocks roll. Hey, this one actually dies. And as it dies, it doesn't split in two.
Ooh.
Skullplate, there is one less demon in this room. Lothar, are you feeling lucky? Silence and roll. Such is the frustration.
Yeah, that's probably not enough.
Oh, let me tell you. You still win with 5 damage. It's 5 damage though, so... Actually,
Yeah.
that is enough. Provided
Your bollocks roll doesn't.
I don't bollocks roll it. Oh,
Thank
that
God
was
for that.
nearly hilarious. You do actually kill it.
I killed it 3 times before.
It finally, having hit it one more time, falls down. Reinhardt, you've snapped out of it. You have your wits about you. What would you like to do? You have a very polished rock in your hands.
I drop the rock. I notice that the demons are starting to die, and not re-splitting. So I'm gonna try and find more skulls.
Okay, you're not engaged with anything right now. Roll me a challenging perception with a +10.
Nice.
That'll do.
I've got my wits about me.
At best,
Finally.
there might be one more skull somewhere, but you're pretty sure that with that, you've probably got all of them. You're pretty sure.
Okay.
You just quickly grab a bunch and shove them in a sack. You're like, yep, got these.
I'm shouting to Mattias. I'm saying, got him, go, go.
It's Mattias' turn. And on that, he will step between the demon and the exit.
Get everyone out. I'll deal with this thing and then meet you outside.
And looks defensively toward the demon. Sigard.
I kind of want to argue with him.
You want to argue with him? I say, dear chap, that is a very bad idea.
Well, I think I can also defensively withdraw from this too, but
What are you gonna do?
yeah, I'm gonna. Master Mattias. We all go, not just them, and then I'm gonna take defensive stance until he agrees to start backing out as well, because we're not leaving him there to die.
This is a USIC hard. Oh, good lord.
Okay, Sigard. You can stay.
You might want to burn a fate for that. A crit in the head. And a headshot.
You'll take your head right off.
I can burn my armor. From,
Do you have
my
armor on
head.
the head?
Yep, I got leather skull cap.
So you're burning your head armor
Yep.
to avoid the effect. Good. Still take the crit wounds though, so 1 wound from that. Down to 5. Now you need to roll to defend. And roll 7 SL. Like, I mean it. Oh, nice.
I will crit.
A hack's leg. Okay.
Is he immune to prone, this demon?
Sort of. Yep. What's up, Sigard?
Because he attacked him in a riposte.
Okay, sure. This is your riposte for this round. This is his defense. We'll come to actually dealing with the hit against you in a moment. Okay. Does manage to parry you. However, while discussing riposting, we need to come to the slight issue of... Oh, no, wait. I've rolled too many things. Where are we? Okay, +6 SL, and this was against your plus... Did you roll a... Where was
+5
your defensive
he
roll?
had.
+5. Right, there we go. Okay. That is a Sigard.
Wait, that was Sigurd's riposte.
We haven't,
Yeah, we're
we haven't
jumping
even
a
done
bit.
the demon hitting him yet. So this is the demon's actual hit on him. Right. A fine wound across the forehead and cheek. Gain 1 bleeding condition. Once the wound is healed, the impressive... Okay, well, okay. So you're just going to get scar back. Unfortunately, you are bleeding right now. And you're also prone, Sigard. However, the demon... holds his footing, but does seem perturbed, at the very least, by what's just happened.
Why don't you come back and take this stone? destroy it, maybe. Bring an army. Speak to your son, Sigma.
Willfred.
Am I die? Not die.
No death. No death. What are you doing?
Cleaning up house.
Okay. You have heard a, GTFO as well, so... Mind you, this one next to you is stunned, so it's basically a coup de grace, provided I don't...
That's what I'm...
Yep. So roll me a test plus 60. It's helpless, effectively, because it's stunned. Yep. Bollocks, bollocks. Okay. It's there in front of you, and it's stunned, and you hit it, and it's still stunned. I will say you still have a movement if you wish.
Yeah, I'll...
And it can't attack you because it's stunned.
I will... move like so. So that way... Mattias doesn't get... Mattias gets a bonus to outnumbering.
You're gonna try and fucking kill it now. This halfling man, he is ballsy. Okay, against you, Skullplate, that's your roll. Defend against that, please. You do have an advantage, so plus 10 to your defense. -1, minus... Okay, still a defense for yourself, though. Easy.
Yep.
These things are clumsy, so you would say. And this one is no longer stunned. Lothar. Right.
So I've got all the skulls in the bag. She's run out of ink. What's she doing?
Sigard. Willfred.
Yes.
Your wounds are bleeding profusely, but behind you, the priest of Morr begins chanting something. A prayer, one you're not familiar with, but you feel it invigorating your body, and despite the loss of blood, you feel invigorated. You may ignore your bleeding conditions.
Why, Sigma! I feel great!
Yep. I'm just going to keep that one on Thor because it looks funny. Oh, there you go. And she's also going to move to the door to leave. Skullplate.
I'm gonna go smacky smacky. Now I have 2 advantage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A decent roll for yourself. Oof. Cleaving it in 2, unless... We don't roll bollocks. Well done. You're up to 3 advantage now. The way to the exit is nearly clear. Lothar, it's your turn, plus 30 to attack this creature. Or you're going to have to kill another one again.
Oh, how many times am I going to have to kill it?
This is enough to mess someone up severely in the head. Reasonable roll to defend.
Yeah. And now it's just going to pull bollocks, I guess.
No.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
You have your movement as well.
Well, I'm going to do the only reasonable thing that I can do. Dogpile that.
Okay.
Yelling at the others to get the fuck out.
Reinhardt, what are you up to right now?
I'm gonna move with the priest towards the exit. I've got the bag of skulls. She needs them.
Okay.
And just say, it's time. Run.
Meister Mattias is going to back away take a few steps, and is going to shout at all of you to feckin' leave. He's going to get a little bonus because he's a witch hunter. And he's cool. Okay. Sigurd, Willfred, Lothar, you'll kind of gain an advantage. Sigurd, you're not quite as dead anymore. He encourages you all to GTFO. Sigurd, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to withdraw. Yep.
The demon does not. You do have an advantage from what Mr. Mattias has just effectively invigorated you with. But the demon offers no resistance to you leaving.
Bye-bye.
And I back out the door.
As you are leaving, and it's attempting to parry blows from Willfred the Destroyer.
Don't forget to come back soon. I won't tell the guy upstairs about this. Just promise to kill him.
We'll be back.
Okay, bye-bye.
I'm wiping blood from my eyes as I back towards the door. Star Willfred, let's go.
Maybe I'll keep you, though.
He looks towards you, Lothar. Plus 30 to your defense.
Cool. That's going to be a reroll.
He did fumble too.
Yep. I almost did as well. There we go.
Loses his next move. Okay, you manage to defend, you have an advantage. It sort of swipes and lunges towards you as if it tries to consume you. Willfred. Everyone is leaving. Except Lothar is being attacked.
How big are the thing's eyes?
Quite big. Like the size of your hand.
I want to move away, but before I leave, I'd like to take a shot at its eyes. I want to wound it.
Okay. Move away. Just take one last fuck you. Okay, sure, plus 40. Because it's currently trying to jump on Lothar and you don't want to hit him. Decent hit. Oh, nice. Badly jarred arm. Nice. Sure. Sure. Okay. That did damage to it. You send a bolt into its jaw. Jesus, the destroyer of demons. And the actual destroyer of demons as well. Right, priestess of Morr buggers off. Skullplate, what are you up to?
I'm just gonna move up, not engage the demon, but just to cover everyone in case it charges. And then yell at Lothar to kind of get out.
And Lothar, you have advantage, which you can use to leave combat for free.
Yeah.
It is trying to kill you.
I would really like to punch it, but at the same time, I need to get the fuck out.
Good idea. You run and slip out from its grasp. I will say at this point, the party heads out of the room. Lothar, the creature gives chase, but at reaching the point of the archway to this room, it stays still.
See you soon. Don't forget to kill the stone.
And I'm assuming you guys hot tail it the hell out of there.
Yeah, we're gone.
Lovely conversation. See you next time.
Not sure how fast I do anything right now.
So, I think right now we'll go back to just sort of tense music. Because it's not... Well, you're not dead. Well done.
Can I attend to Mattias' wounds?
He's pretty stubborn.
Don't worry about me. I've had worse. Although that was something.
What's next, Witch Hunter?
He looks towards the priestess.
You got me that list of names.
The bag of skulls.
Takes that and the bag of skulls.
Leave this with me. Every one of these names is probably a puppet of his. Someone under their control. I'm gonna need some time with this. I gotta go to Waldorf, I guess. Take this to the highest powers I can.
Hold. Can I see that list one moment?
Sure.
I want to look for Jeremiah's name.
It's not on there.
I'll hand the list back to him.
I'll be back. This trial you got, Mr. Sigard. I appreciate you saving me, and I'd like to help, but it's a sham, clearly. Judge is in his pocket, but by the time I deal with this, I don't know if I can help. So, my advice is live through it and hang on. I'm gonna pull every string I've got.
Blessings. Do what you can. We'll try to hold up our end down here until you can bring the cavalry, if you will.
Oh, I'll bring the cavalry, all right.
And I'm spitting blood out. One of my eyes is pretty much useless.
Stay in Boggenhaffen after you're done with the trial. I'll be bringing everyone.
Are you going to Boggenhaffen?
I'll meet you there.
Indeed.
I'll meet you there, and we'll march on. We'll march on this godforsaken place ourselves. Just promise you gotta live through the trial first. If I can make it sooner, I will, but there's a lot of...
For the worst.
What?
We'll hope for the best, plan for the worst.
Yeah, exactly. Just every one of these names needs to be looked into, so I got a lot of work ahead of me. The Archlector might be able to... I might be able to get an audience with him, but this is way above my pay grade, so I'll be back. Just
do your best to stay out of the sight of Jeremiah until we know for sure what's happened with him.
Yeah, well, he's coming back soon, I hear. So I just hope I can get back here with my friends before he can get here with his.
Hey, Mattias. You're not bad for a witch hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not that bad. Still.
Safe journey.
Between you and me, if this place doesn't get destroyed with what's coming, we should probably burn it to be safe. I'll be back. Stay in Boggenhaffen.
He starts walking through the town gates.
I'll meet you there. Day after your trial, at the latest. If I'm not there, I'm dead. So, well, then you're fucked. So, good luck.
Keep your head down. You need any money or anything?
Just Sigma. I got plenty of him.
He disappears into the town, leaving the group of you outside of this entrance, alongside your priestess of Morr, who is now looking like she's going into a degree of shock.
I'm gonna hand her my flask while I'm trying to wipe the blood off my face.
She drinks all of it.
Take my ruined skull cap off and stuff it in under my belt. Try to.
Well, that was an invigorating fight. I know what the plan is now.
Well, yeah, we're definitely going to be dealing with that again.
No, before that,
Whatever.
pub anyone?
Pub.
Pub.
Yeah.
That was some weird shit. A guy literally burst into flames in front of my eyes. Pub.
Yep. Let's head to the Rat Pack.
100% pub.
It's cool. Mm-hmm.
And gotta say,
those were some real big nerds, throwing spells. I mean, who does that nowadays?
can everyone click on this resist corrupting influence major, please? Seeing
I
as-
have a reason to use my resistance chaos now.
Congratulations, resistance chaos. You can use your toughness bonus as SL if you do really badly, Willfred.
Is it just a standard challenging?
Yep.
You say you can use your toughness bonus?
This is only for Willfred.
Oh, I see.
Let's have a reroll. How do I reroll this again? Use a fortune point to reroll.
Yeah, I'm going to need to as well.
Well, that was almost as bad.
You may
will-
automatically pass your first test, Willfred, to resist such a thing. So that is your automatic pass consumed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a halfling. It's what they're bred for. Okay. You will notice that even when you pass this test, you gain less corruption, but you still gain some. Such
Where we did fight demons.
is the influence of fighting.
That calculated properly, or does that put it on twice for me? Because I rerolled.
Did you re-rolled? Yeah,
If
it's
you
just
re-rolled, you'll have to minus the first thing. So we'll go through all of that in a moment.
Okay.
But first, we have an endeavour table to roll on to see what god-awful things happen in the next week between now and the trial. So let's start with Lothar. Are you feeling lucky? Forewarned is forewarned. You are given a cryptic omen by dreams. Strigani mystic or celestial wizard you encounter on the street. During your next adventure, your maximum fortune point is increased by 1. Well, hot dang diggity.
Nice.
That is not that bad.
I'll definitely take that.
That is a good one. Well done. Let's go skullplate. We'll come to a little thoughts of the players in a moment. News within town is there is a band of goblin pirates in the north who have been plaguing them.
God's sake.
Right, okay. I'm going
Fishermen.
to say by now that this band of river pirates is more like an army. And
It's actually an orc invasion by this point, isn't
there
it?
is a river pirate chieftain in charge who has announced his name to Tom and declared war. But we'll deal with that another day.
It's a pity he's not Beastman.
Reinhardt.
Yeah. See what we get.
That's a job for future Homer. Okay.
You are shit.
Okay, that's
Good.
good. That's fine.
He said we
Willfred.
need to be attacked. He didn't say by what.
Yep. Willfred, let's do that funky endeavour table. Monstrous complications. A monster chosen by the GM. It's causing panic among the locals. Oh my god. So the river gits have brought another troll or two with them, and basically all around your town is just being terrorised. No one can do income endeavours, I believe. Yep. Before next session, which is fine because you're all going to die next session anyway, so that's fine. Okay. Sneakhard? The Watch is cracking down on crime, for a change. This is likely in response to what you were doing outside of the Lord's Manor. Rogues can get no funds from income endeavours. If rogues undertake, fine, we don't have any rogues. I'm not going to roll for the priestess of Morr. Guys, well done on surviving a horrific encounter. It wasn't that bad.
I had a quick one for you there, GM. I clicked on that.
If it's rules based, we'll do it afterwards.
No, I clicked on the major resist.
Yep.
And my dice came up 11, but nothing popped up on the roll table.
We'll come back to that afterwards. Rules stuff not on stream. Thoughts? Everyone's alive. I'm quite happy with that.
We're alive.
We all look like
sleep for like
doing
3 days.
well.
I really wanted to punch that thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
I hadn't taken any damage, so I was keen. But
I did hamstring him before he knocked me down.
You did.
I got to shoot him twice.
Nothing happens to the priestess of Morr. Eliana
No,
Schnee.
she's coming to the pub with us. She's going to get wasted.
She already is. That
I
was,
was going to say she's well on her way.
She should
That
get a
was some
promotion
shine
for
in that.
surviving
Pub.
demon encounter. She should get a
Um,
promotion for surviving demon encounter.
She is going into therapy right now, and she's used to dealing with some weird stuff, but mainly undead weird stuff. This was something else, so she's just going to have a little time out. Eliana is actually named after one of our viewers because Schnee is German for snow, and Eliana is the feminine version of, you guessed it. Let's have a liar. So. Well done, everyone, for surviving today. Next week, you have a trial to look forward to where a Bretonnian knight, if he's still alive, sober, and compos mentis, is going to be defending your honour in a duel. And perhaps even in the same session, you may be marching upon your town of Tarm with the entire posse of whatever the hell Mattias can muster. And you're expecting Jeremiah to be there imminently as well. Will it be the same time? Will it be shortly afterwards? Will it be before? Shit's about to hit the fan. I'm looking forward to it. I will see you all in the next episode. And thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and all of those things, ladies and gentlemen. And see you next Friday for what will probably be the last session of this chapter of the Rat Pack.
And vote Skullplate.
Don't do that.
MVP.
Vote
Yeah.
Willfred. Vote Willfred. All day, every day.
I
Wilfred.
didn't kill any demons. I don't deserve MVP. I killed a pink horror, but
Gold
that's
plate was
split into two.
Gold plate killed like
Well-
5 demons tonight or something.
They're a little.
But
Killed the same
Wilfred
front.
survived 100 demons, so
I survived combat with bleeding status for 4 rounds.
And prone.
there you go.
For
That
2.
works for me. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you all soon.
Bye.